Hey guys, it's Marla at Twinstrology, and I'm here to talk to you about the Taurus Full Moon that's happening on November 14th, and it's at 22 degrees of Taurus. So, this is going to be a tarot reading, but I'll throw some astrology into. Let's see, where do I want to start? I'm going to start with the Goddess card. The goddess that's overseeing this full moon for twins is Lakshmi. Bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. This is a kind universe, and everything within it is working in your favor. There are no tests, blocks, or obstacles in your way except your own projections of fears into your future. Take a moment and hush your mind. Quiet it from worries and fears. Feel me brush your brow with the new energy of faith, hope, and optimism. These energies fuel your exciting present time as well as all future moments. Why would you wish darkness upon yourself when light shines all around you? Step into this brightness by listening to your thoughts and feelings. You must stop worrying as this anxiety squelches the goodness that seeks to find you. Clear your heart of fear and replace those energies with one that will serve you and your family instead. Refuse to think of anything except your bright today and tomorrow, and I promise that it shall be so. You and your loved ones will be protected and provided for. Let go of any bag lady fears about your future. Hold positive thoughts and intentions. Know that you'll always get your needs met now and in the future. Don't worry about money, but instead visualize abundance. Well, Lakshmi is very much welcome in this reading. It's been a hard week with, the election, and a lot of people have been going into fear around the election. It's been a lot of battling and arguing between people. And Lakshmi is here to say that there's nothing to worry about. Everything that's happened is what has been divinely orchestrated. No one's been left out or forgotten. So we really have to just embrace the whole situation with hope and optimism, no matter how it looks. And, I've been saying that for a while. Spirit's been telling me things are not going to happen as you think they should or in a way that you want, but you have to just be able to roll with it. And I feel like the message with that is so that we can let go of the expectations that we have. And not only around, the politics of the moment, but with your twin as well. Do you have fears holding you back because you fear like your twin's not coming, or you're not going to get in union, or my twin's not talking to me? All of that stuff is really unnecessary. And today that I'm recording this is 11/11. It's been beautiful energy coming in with this gateway. And I think a lot of people have shifted to where they feel a lot more in control than they did before as far as their twin situation goes. More at peace with the situation, more patient, more, a lot of people have let go. We have the sun transiting in Scorpio. Scorpio is all about letting go. The sun's conjunct Black Moon Lilith today as well, which is only adding to that, needing to let go and needing to be your authentic self and to stand in your own power. Now, the karma card that I drew for this full moon is authority figure. So basically I asked Spirit, what is the collective karma that twin flames are dealing with predominantly at this full moon? And the message is, in your previous and current lifetimes, you followed rules that were set down by authority figures, such as parents and teachers. You may even have encountered intimidating or cruel authority figures in the past. Perhaps you found yourself in the presence of those who were power hungry or abusive. These situations can lead you to fear authority figures and succumb to their will in the present. While it's normal to sometimes be intimidated by powerful individuals, fearing authority figures can lead to unhealthy passivity. For example, you may feel pressure to bow to another's rules without standing up for your rights, or you may develop conflict phobias, in which you negate your own needs in order to avoid arguments and disharmony. Well, if that's not something I don't see in a lot of twin flame charts, I don't know what is. In some cases, this can lead to a form of depression called learned helplessness, in which you don't even try to improve your life. To heal this situation, fill yourself with self-love, self-esteem, see yourself as being whole and healed. Oftentimes, just remembering past life details will lead to clearing and healing. Well, this card is applicable on so many levels. Okay, if we look at the very public level, okay, we're dealing with authority figures. We're dealing with the president. And I had to laugh when it said, even intimidating or cruel authority figures, because I know a lot of people have this image of Donald Trump as being a bully. I'm not saying whether that's fair or not. Okay, I'm not going to comment on any political things. But obviously, with the presidential election, authority figures are, really first and foremost in our mind. And it's this feeling of having an authority figure that maybe you can't trust that's really putting a lot of people into a panic. And this is all coming from past lives. And the reason that it's coming up is because you need to let go of other people controlling you. Now, of course, we have Pluto and Jupiter square, and this is helping us take a look at our political leaders. But we have to look also at the more individual level. And how are you feeling about authority figures? Are you intimidated by strong people? Do you let yourself get controlled, or do you bow down to other people's authority instead of standing up for yourself? This is really a central theme, and past life karma is once again a very major theme that I'm getting right now. Balancing the masculine and feminine energy within you is going to help you deal with authority figures, because if you're too feminine, you may lack the resolve to assert yourself. Okay, but it's really time for us to stand up as individuals, to question our authority figures, and to question the things that we've been taught by authority figures. In my other readings that I do on my other channel, which is Eclipse Astrology and Tarot, this has been coming up in the weekly readings, questioning the things that we've been taught. Belief systems. Of course, this is Saturn and Sagittarius as your belief systems. So it's a theme. Why do you believe the things that you do? Many of those things were just taught to you, and you took them on without question. Well, now's the time for you to start questioning those things, what you really believe. For example, if we look at the two-party system, a lot of people just stick with their party. Now, many people weren't happy with the choices of the party, and yet they still voted for them just because those people rule their party. So things like that are something for you to look at. There's still a lot of beliefs that are being held in people's shadows side. that still need to come out and be healed. And so kind of embrace the situation that's going on right now as helping you to do that. So let me talk a bit about the astrology. We have the moon at 22 Taurus and the sun at 22 Scorpio. And Taurus is I have, so it's your material goods, your possessions, but also what skills you have, what things you possess that you can share with others. What are your gifts that you've brought with you? And many of those gifts are brought from past lives, and this is going to figure prominently with this full moon as well, because I got the message from Spirit that many of you are ready to start integrating more of your skills and I guess gifts. It's not quite the word I want, but you're going to start integrating more of that over the next month if you want to. These things that you learned in past lives. Spiritual gifts, psychic abilities, these sort of things are going to be coming out. And then Scorpio, where the sun is I desire. And it's where we take, our second house Taurus things, our skills and our possessions, and we merge them with another person. The moon is on the Sabian symbol, a jewelry shop filled with the most magnificent jewels. And this is a sign that you are needing to go within, needing to look at the skills and gifts that you have to share with other people. What makes you special and unique? And embrace those things. Everyone came here with some skill that they're meant to share. The sun is on the Sabian, a rabbit metamorphosed into a nature spirit. And I'm going to just read some of the key words about this one. And this is from the book 360 Degrees of Wisdom by Linda Hill. And she writes about this Sabian. Revelation of hidden talents, okay, which is one of the themes that I've been talking about. Finding your talent. Rapid and total transformation. Morphing. Ascension of consciousness. Evolution. Moving to a new level of being. Raising one's vibrations. Psychic attunement. So everything that I just mentioned kind of wrapped up with that Sabian. We're discovering things about ourselves that are hidden. We're all ascending. And I feel like the ascension energy is going to pick up. The energy that's coming in right now with the 1111 gateway is so powerful. We'll still be feeling this gateway at the full moon. So we also have the sun and the moon aspecting Chiron. This is bringing in some of that past life energy and it's helping you to heal. Okay, I'm feeling like in order to align ourselves with more of our gifts and abilities was the word that I was looking for, there's still some past life blocks that need to heal, one of which is authority figures. And the reason why that is because in past lives you were probably persecuted for some of your abilities. And so that's one of the reasons why you have a fear of authority figures. And fear of having someone take your rights away, which, based on some of the past life experiences that twins probably went through, it's fair, but that's shadow that we need to clear. It's not going to happen in this lifetime. This lifetime, we're meant to open ourselves up to our gifts once again. We also have the South Node conjunct Neptune. I've been talking about this a little bit here and there. It's going to be exact on the full moon. And then opposite on the North Node, we have asteroid Karma conjunct. And then we have Mercury and Saturn squaring from Sagittarius. So the Neptune South Node, this is one of the things that's helping us bring our spiritual gifts in from past lives and integrate them more into our physical being in this incarnation. But we're also going to be seeing through illusions with this. And the Neptune on the South Node is also part of what's asking us to take a look at the authority figures and our values and morals and our spiritual beliefs and how we got those spiritual beliefs and if they still fit us. Mercury and Saturn are helping that energy from Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is about your belief systems. And of course, Mercury is your thoughts. Saturn's authority figures. And then on the other side, karma on the North Node. I feel like this is good karma being brought in. Blessings. And again, with being able to integrate your past life skills and abilities. That's a blessing. That's good karma. You earned these abilities. So be willing to grab them and use them and share them. I want to read the Sabian symbols for the nodes, actually. Neptune and the South Node are on an aviator in the clouds. And then the North Node is on two heads looking out and beyond the shadows. That's a great Sabian for twins, by the way. Two heads looking out and beyond the shadows. That is you and your twin being able to see the bigger picture right now. Being able to see beyond the shadows. Same way with the aviator in the clouds. This is having a very elevated view, having to see things or being able to see things from, 20,000 feet. So tuning into the bigger picture. And I feel like Spirit is asking you guys right now to tune into the bigger picture. Don't get lost in, when's my twin going to message me? When my twin's going to call me? Don't get lost in that right now. Look at the bigger picture right now. Focus on the ascension. I feel like that's important. And focus on your own healing. Because I do feel like big shifts are coming. So prepare yourself. Okay, she also has seeking higher truths for aviator in the clouds. Some of her key words she has for the two head ones: duality of observation or thought. Many people are in duality mode right now and just seeing, good, bad, black, or white. Seeing separation where there is no separation. Being able to see both sides of a situation. So if you're dealing with something or you're upset about the circumstances that are going on right now, try to see both sides. Fear being the opposite of faith. The media, the press, the paparazzi, conspiracy theories. I'm not saying that conspiracy theories don't exist or they're not. There's not some truth to them, but I I choose not to focus too much on them. All right, let's talk about the cards. For twin number 1, for those twins that predominantly relate to the feminine energy, the first card is illusion. So I feel like twin ones are going to have to do some confronting of their shadow this week or around this full moon and releasing. I really hope that purging isn't involved, but looking at the cards for twin number 1, it does seem like there could be some purging. This is the moon card. So seeing through some illusion. And Neptune is the planet of illusion. So conjuncting the south node, it's like you see through something. You see something is really an illusion. Or letting go of illusions from past lives, which I feel are, there's certain belief systems that you learned in past lives that you still are connected to that are illusions. Could be some things in your life as well from, karmic past life connections, such as your partner. And you could be seeing more of the situation with them, maybe seeing some illusion around that relationship. This card usually comes up when things aren't as they appear. If we relate it to the karma card, which was authority, then your belief that you have to submit to someone who's in authority could be seen as an illusion. And maybe you'll come to grips with that this week. The second card for twin number 1 is oppression. So this is the Tower. Something in your life has to come down. You see through something, you have some kind of revelation that it was an illusion, but the revealing to you that it was an illusion is painful to you. And yet at the same time, when the Tower comes up, it's telling us that you're stuck. You're hiding yourself in your ivory tower. You're not wanting to participate. You're wanting to hide. And something outside of you has to take that thing away from you. It's like a security blanket or a crutch, I'm feeling. And then something comes along that breaks the illusion and takes this thing away from you. And yes, it's upsetting. Look at the woman on the card. But at the same time, what you thought was, blocking you, stopping you, is suddenly removed and you're free. And so, in the long run, it's okay. It's okay to let this go. It's going to be in your best interest. I feel it'll probably be some inner revelation, although it could have something to do with a karmic relationship in your life, because we do have Neptune conjuncting the South Node. That could be a big shift. right, twin number 2, or those that predominantly identify with the masculine energy. This is for you. Although I'm going to say, looking at these cards, I really don't see much division in twin number 1 and twin number 2. I'm feeling like the energy could really go back and forth, and really you just want to pick the card that resonates with you. Don't get hung up on which twin you are, or if you're the male, then you have to be the masculine. That's not true. It doesn't have to do with your gender, okay? So their first card is the 4 of Swords. So they're still needing a break, guys, I'm sorry to say, but twin number 2s still are going within, trying to connect to their higher self. They're needing to rest, and these energies have been physically very draining, and a lot of people are dealing with physical symptoms. So likely that twin number 2s are dealing with physical symptoms as well. And maybe a lot of them don't realize the energies are happening. They don't know that what they're feeling is connected to the energy. I'm feeling that higher self is talking to them and doing a lot of talking to them in their sleep. I bet they're having a lot of dreams. Seeing a lot of synchronicities. I feel like they've been in turbulent situations, turbulent emotional situations, and trying to calm down. I should talk to twin 2s as if they're watching too. Sorry, just a habit. Okay, so twin 2s, perhaps going through something emotional recently, and you need some peace and quiet. And I feel like if you're in a karmic relationship, that there's been some turbulence in that relationship, and you're feeling a lot of disconnect with the person that you're in the relationship with. Perhaps you're having dreams around that situation, as well as dreams around your twin. And really needing this time alone. And I talked in my 1111 message about, how much time we need alone when we're waking up. I feel like you twin 2s are doing so much thinking these days and looking for every chance you can get to be alone and get lost in your thoughts. It's a 4 card, and 4s are foundations. So what you're working on is creating a solid foundation for you to move forward. The second card for twin number 2 is tradition. So this goes with the authority card. This is the Hierophant. This is those belief systems that we've been taught. The major one being religion, but there's all kind, philosophies, even thoughts about yourself. A lot of what you believe about yourself was taught to you from your parents, who were your first authority figures. And twin number 2 right now is you're doing a lot of thinking about these beliefs that you have. And I think you're beginning to see how much they're limiting you. Mercury is moved into Sagittarius at the full moon. So you're thinking about belief systems. I feel like they're seeing that they need to break free from a lot of these thoughts, or, you're being limited in so many ways. And seeing it is the first step to healing it. And seeing where you give your power away. And if we bring in the karmic relationship and feeling disconnected from your karmic relationship, I think seeing giving your power away in many cases, and seeing that that's something that you need to heal. Of course, we have the sun on Black Moon Lilith, becoming our authentic selves. And when we're filled with all these beliefs and expectations, like allowing everyone to put expectations on us, authority figures putting expectations on us, it doesn't allow us to be who we really are. So very important to break free from that. And you can see what I mean now that I've shown you the cards. Okay, Twin 1 and Twin 2. I feel like it could go for either, or they could be for both of you. So take which ones resonate. The joint energy for twins. 10 of coins. Okay, well, there's a few different things around this one. The first thing that I want to talk about is authority figures. Now, the 10 of coins represents the family. And like I mentioned a minute ago, your parents are your first authority figure. Your family is where you learn most of your belief systems. So this card is saying, again, to look at those things. This card, when I see it, tells me that we're dealing with lineage energies and breaking free of lineage energies, which is those things that are just passed down, those things that are in your bloodline that you're there to clear. I also feel like this card is saying that there's a lot of positives coming in. 10 of Pentacles is a good card. It's a new beginning. It's a 10, which breaks down to 1. A new beginning and having happiness and success and material wealth, everything that you could want. So it's another sign that all these things are on the way, that, they're being manifested. But you have to look at the bigger picture. So think about the Sabians again, and in this deck we see there's a gate, and the gate is opening to show this very opulent castle and land, which represents that which is passed down in your family. Okay, but needing to take a look at the bigger picture. So Spirit's way of telling you that these things are coming, just be patient. And I'm also getting that this has to do with your spiritual family, your soul family and soulmates, and that they're there to support you if you need it. Second card is the 9 of Staves. So we've had this card a few times recently. Digging deep. Okay, the challenges are not over. What I'm feeling about this card is the challenges aren't over, but pick your battles. Okay, a lot of us are very tired and we don't have a lot of strength yet. So choose what you're going to battle for. So maybe avoid some of the drama of, arguing with someone over something political. Don't allow yourself to get drawn into that. Save your strength for something more important. On this card too, I'm just noticing like all the roots. We have the staves there at the top and they're blooming, and then all these roots underneath. Okay, well this is bringing up some stuff for me. First of all, your hereditary roots, your family roots, and another sign from Spirit that we're meant to be breaking free of these lineage energies and that which was taught to us. And not that you have to let go of everything that was taught to you. Spirit is just saying, look at things objectively. Do they still resonate with you? Or are you just like, accept it because someone told you that? Look at things objectively. And if it resonates with you, then by all means, keep it. But if it doesn't, then you know that you have to let it go. And that's a big message now. Of course, we have the political climate the way it is. And you have to find your own beliefs, your own opinions, your own ideas. Don't worry about what other people believe or what other people say. That's not your business. If things don't resonate with you that other people say, just let it go. You don't have to absorb that energy. You can just say, well, that's what that person believes, but that's not for me. And just move on. Also, what I'm getting with the roots is this karmic energy, this past life energy that we're dealing with, and how all these lives are connected. And this energy from these past lives are still being fed to us. There's still connections there. There's still cords there. There's still roots there that are somehow holding you back. For some of you, it's going to get taken away. And for others of you, you're going to be thinking about ways to break that energy. Freeing ourselves. Now is the time to be sovereign, a sovereign being. Operating under your own authority, or I should say, God's authority, but you have your own connection to God. You do not need other people to intercede on your behalf. You have your own connection. Don't allow other people to tell you that you need their help. And the last card for the joint energy between Twin 1 and Twin 2 is the Grace card. This is one of my favorite cards. We see the god Amor here, and he's cradling Beatrice in his arms from Dante's Inferno. And just the shape of the two figures reminds me of a heart. And we see the god Amor cradling Beatrice's heart, protecting her. He's like an angel. And the energy of this card is that Spirit is guiding you. Spirit is protecting you. You're actually enveloped in the arms of the angels right now. And so there's nothing to worry about. Everything's being handled. Everything's under control. Don't worry about what your twin's doing when your twin is going to come to you. And don't worry about the 3D energy and what's going on. It's all going to be okay. Everything is exactly as the divine plan intended it to go. So you can let go and just relax and know that you're being guided. Just focus on following your path and putting one foot in front of the other. Stay in the now. It's a beautiful card. And healing. This card is also about healing. Letting all twins know that they are being healed. And when there's been enough healing is when the time will be right to come together. We actually have asteroid Amor, which is based on the god Amor, and unconditional love is in conjunct the sun and it's going to say sextile Uranus. It's a bit wide. Let's just say in conjunct the sun. So that unconditional love energy is in effect, though. Last week it was opposing Venus and Union. Union, by the way, is still on the galactic center at the time of the full moon. So I feel like that's, the universe is supporting twins right now and supporting your unions, no matter what it looks like in 3D. Your unions are being supported right now. So the Ascended Masters card for twin number 1 is see the other person's point of view. You have strong emotions about this situation and you may feel upset, misunderstood, or used. This card comes to you as a pathway to peace by asking you to consider others' points of view. You don't need to agree with these other individuals. You simply ask to understand their motivations and have compassion for their feelings. This process can positively shift the energy of power struggles, much like letting go of a rope during a tug-of-war. As you see the other person's point of view, you open the door for creative solutions to enter. See yourself through the eyes of any person you desire to know or meet. Let go of defensiveness in your relationships. Look past the surface personalities and see the divine within. Forgive past hurts and start anew. So many things I could say there. Of course, in the collective energy, try to see the other person's point of view. Again, don't get pulled into drama. Don't see arguments or, avoid arguments. Send love to the situation. See your twin's point of view. Forgive your twin. Let go of defensiveness, which, by the way, the 9 of Staves can also be defensiveness in a relationship. It can show you that past hurts and past life hurts as well can still be interfering with your feelings about your relationship now and put you in a posture of defensiveness where you keep your walls up because you're still afraid that that person could hurt you. So ask yourself if that applies to you. Are you being defensive in your relationship? And look past the personalities and see the divine being that your twin is and that everyone is. Well, remember your twin is you. And everything that you see that's great about your twin is actually great within you as well. So remember that when you're feeling upset. Twin number 2's card is Hilarion, health and healing. This card is a sign of healing. Your divine healing power is awakened and you feel compelled to help others to heal. Just as you've been healed, so too do you want others to enjoy health and vitality. You're supported in making life changes so that you can continue to heal yourself and others. Let go of any fears or restrictive thinking to fully open to the miracle of healing. An illness or injury is healed or healing. You are a healer. It's a good and safe time for you to change to a healing career. Study healing modalities. Well, of course, twin number twos, you may very well be a healers because most twins are healers and you may want to study a healing modality. But in a very general sense, I want to just say that this is confirmation that twin number twos are healing, which I talked about with this card. I think for twin number one, it's okay to give your twin that space still. They're still going through their healing process. And it's okay to allow them that. They really need this time to find themselves and think about that Taurus energy again and discovering the wealth of abilities and gifts that you have within yourself. I feel like a lot of twin ones are already you're still in process, but you see a lot more of yourself. I think twin number twos are more new to this. They're just working on this. They don't really see themselves as the beautiful beings that they are. They don't see the gifts that they have. They're not ready to receive your love because they don't feel worthy of it. So you can see why they need this time to heal, because your union's not going to be strong if your twin is not ready to receive your love and not ready to accept who they are and the responsibilities that they're here to do. All right, thank you so much, guys. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can visit my website, which is twinstrology.com. I hope that you will follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology. I usually post articles and things during the week. My other channel is Eclipse Astrology and Tarot, if you're interested in following my weekly readings. Thank you so much for all your comments and for the messages that you send me. I do read and appreciate them, even if I don't get a chance to respond to everybody. And I love you all, and I will talk